All right. This is going to be a good one today, folks. This is going to be a good one. Y'all read the title. Let me fill you in. So, did you remember that thing that happened a week or so ago? We did a video on it where a GOA member, against all logic, contacted the ATF and asked about a CZ Scorpion, putting a brace on it, and the ATF responded by basically saying, yeah, we're going to enforce the rule anyway. We're just going to call everything an SBR. Yep. Made a big wave in the gun industry. Everybody was pretty much talking about it for a couple solid days while we waited for a response from the ATF to Gun Owners of America. Well, the National Rifle Association has straight up publicly called GOA liars. That they made it all up. I am not kidding. In typical NRA fashion, they're always sort of a day late and dollar short and always kind of slower than everybody else. We have since received a response from the ATF officially, and the NRA hasn't taken this down yet. And you know how it is. The internet is forever. So we're going to get into this after we hear a quick word from today's sponsor. Today's video is brought to you by Excess Sights. They are my go-to source for tritium night sights. They are the sight company that I choose to put on all of my defensive guns. So they are the company that I have chosen to be looking at should I be in probably the worst situation in my life. So check them out, and I thank them for being a longtime supporter of my mission here at the VSO Gun Channel. And I know without a shadow of a doubt that they stand with me in saying goodbye and good riddance to Stephen Dettelbach, soon to be the former director of the ATF. So last night when I was finishing up some laundry, I was talking about this with Braden Langley, and we were going back and forth on it, and we were just like, these people, the NRA have become such an irrelevant organization at this point in time that they basically have to make everything that is anybody else's about them. They are so starved for attention and relevancy at this point in time. It's really, really quite sad to say. I mean, you guys saw the whole thing a little bit ago with their NRA 2.0 type thing, and that fell completely flat. Nobody saw it. Nobody cared. Nobody will care. This is a prime example. So what did they say? On Friday, Gun Owners of America published an email reportedly received by one of their members in response to a question to the ATF about whether adding a brace to a CZ Scorpion pistol would convert the gun to a short-barreled rifle for the purposes of the National Firearms Act. The email appears to claim that notwithstanding the national injunction against the ATF's rule, what they called it, ATF now considers all brace pistols subject to the National Firearms Act based on its reading of the underlying statutes. You see what they're doing there? They're setting up as, well, this can't be verified at this point in time. This is just something that GOA put some screenshots up on. We don't have any direct communication because we're the NRA and we should know these sort of things, right? That's how they're setting it up. Let's continue. The ATF's arbitrary overreaching rule provoked multiple lawsuits, including one by the NRA. All right, time out. Stop right there. Okay. Do y'all remember this? Because I was there. I remember this. So, when did the NRA get involved? The NRA got involved months after the whole thing went down. April 1st, 2024. In fact, they tried to just let everybody else do the work for them and intervene in their case, which means, hey, me too, over here, judge, let us come into your case. And the judge basically said, get out of here, file your own lawsuit, basically is what they said. This article was written by Eric Pratt on 21st of November, 2023, right after they got their preliminary injunction. So they received their preliminary injunction, and then the NRA came in and said, well, hey, thanks for doing all the work. We're going to go ahead, and since this is like an organization-specific thing, we want to steal your homework, basically. And the judge told them to get lost. And that's why they ended up filing their own lawsuit. Oh, well, we were in a fight for the solvency and future of our organization. We couldn't be bothered to, I don't know, do our fucking job. Let's just remember for a second that those are the dates when the conclusions came in. That's when the preliminary injunction was granted. That fight was going on for over a year, and the NRA was crickets the entire time. Not a damn word from them. They left everybody high and dry while they tried to clean up Wayne LaPierre. So don't even come in here and act like you are the same. Let's get back to the current news. Skipping over a couple more purportedlies. It is important to note, however, that the email purportedly from FIPB is unsigned. It is not on agency letterhead, and it has not been published in the Federal Register or even on the ATF's website, apparently. Moreover, it deviates from a published rule the agency continues to defend in court. There you have it. The NRA is basically saying GOA made the whole thing up for attention, right? Well, yeah, no, it's totally real because we have a response from the ATF. Mr. Pratt, this is in response to your email to myself and Bill Ryan dated January 6, 2025, and your letter to Assistant Director Megan Bennett dated January 9th, 2025. ATF agrees that the statement, federal law requires a pistol with an attached stabilizing brace or stock be registered as a short-barreled rifle, SBR, is overbroad. That is the ATF admitting, yeah, that was an official determination, and yeah, it was wrong or bad. And then they go on to say more about it. They conceded that they were wrong, but then they go on to basically say the exact same thing as the other email. And of course, you know, NRA tries to bow this up a little bit by saying, oh, well, maybe it was just an individual employee. No, official ATF directive. Sorry, NRA, hand in the cookie jar. And what it comes down to ultimately, like I said, is this is an organization that at this point in time is starved for relevancy. My friend John Patton did a podcast with the NRA, a representative of the NRA a couple months ago. And I think that the number was like they've hemorrhaged over 2 million members from what there were stated a couple of years ago over this thing. And that is indicative of an organization that is in its death throes. They are dying out. And ultimately, I don't know that that's necessarily a bad thing at this point in time. They have been the organization that has borrowed our rights as a bargaining chip for longer than I have been alive. And they have gone along with things and allowed things to happen in the interest of political advancement over the years that I have been here for, and I am sick and tired of it. And I know that many of you are as well. They are responsible for most of the gun control that you live under on a regular basis. And it's time that we usher in a new age of organizations that are more distributed, harder to pin down, and no compromise. Like the GOA, like FRAC, like FPC. You guys seen them in the news. They're out there doing things. And I would ask you to support those that support you, because we have seen the dividends that are rolling in from the activities of those groups in the vacuum that has been the NRA that has basically just gone AFK for the last several years. Anyway, that's what I got for you guys today. What say you in the comment section down below? And also, if you have something that you think would be cool that is at SHOT Show, sound off in the comment section down below. Let me know, and I will do my best to walk over there and take a look at it. With the exception of places like Palmetto State Armory or Springfield Armory, not going over there.